GMC's been selling Acadia since 2007, and with the launch of this all-new 2024 third generation model, I think they could have called it the Accordion. The 2024 GMC Acadia is all new and something of a return to the model's roots. Because when it was first launched, it was a large 3-row SUV, but in its second generation, it went down a size, and while there was a version offered with a small third row of seats, it was primarily a 2-row midsize, similar in size to the Jeep Grand Cherokee. But now it's big again. In fact, it's bigger than ever. Shares its platform with the also new Chevrolet Traverse and Buick Enclave, but gets unique styling outside and in, and looks very much like a GMC. Being offered in 3 trims. You have this entry-level Elevation that starts at $43,995 for a front-wheel drive model, $45,995 with all-wheel drive, while the top-of-the-line Denali starts at $57,695 with all-wheel drive, and in the middle you'll find the off-roady AT4 that only comes with all-wheel drive for $51,395. They all get the same engine, which is a turbocharged 2.5-liter 4-cylinder rated at 328 horsepower and 326 pound-feet of torque, which makes them good to tow up to 5,000 pounds. All of them, including the Elevation, come loaded with a raft of electronic driver aids, automatic emergency brakes, a blind spot monitor with collision avoidance, a side bicyclist alert, and adaptive cruise control, plus some more. The Elevation even comes with a 360-degree camera system, and you can get it with GM's hands-free Super Cruise highway driving system, which even works with one of those 5,000-pound trailers attached. It does require a subscription to operate, but you get 3 years included with the $2,950 option. The interior styling is very much in the GMC vein. The brand has a signature look that combines dark wood trim with chrome accents and is very sharp and snazzy, with a tough edge. The Acadia comes standard with second-row captain's chairs and seating for 7, and not only does it pass my 6'1" second-row seat test, where I try to fit behind the front seat as it's set comfortably for me, but if I shuffle the second row up a little bit, I can fit in the third row, and small children will fit back there very well. Behind that, you'll find a large cargo compartment, even with the third row up, and a deep wheelbarrow-style storage space under the floor. The Acadia gets the large portrait-oriented touchscreen controller that you see in most GMC models these days, which has an easy-to-use screen layout, plus this row of toggles below it for the climate control, and this big volume knob. Now, this loaded all-wheel drive Elevation is $54,690 all in. That includes the Super Cruise package and the $2,200 Black Edition package, which gets you blackout exterior trim, those 22-inch black wheels, and what GMC calls a performance suspension. It swaps the regular shocks for position-sensitive dampers that could soak up little bumps, but then firm up over larger bumps, or to keep the body under control around curves. And I have to tell you, when I first drove the vehicle, before I knew about that, I thought it had a computer-controlled suspension. It's that good. It's incredibly smooth, and that really describes the entire experience of the vehicle. The engine's a sewing machine, the cabin is quiet, and even the steering is outstanding. The wheel's nice and chunky with this leather wrap and just feels great in your hands. It's as good as any luxury cars. I'm going to be honest, I really like the old Acadia. I thought it was right sized, but this one has won me over. It's fantastic as far as vehicles in this size class are concerned. But what it has me wondering is, what is GMC going to do with that hole in its lineup where the old Acadia was? You've got this above it and the Terrain below it. Now, I'm not saying GMC is going to be slipping a new Jimmy of some sort in there, but there's definitely plenty of room for one.